Welcome to Vanished Voices UK, your new favourite spot for curious missing persons cases, true crime stories, and in-depth investigations. The disappearance of Kevin Fasting, a father of four missing for 22 years. Kevin Fasting, age 49, vanished from Aigburth in Liverpool in November 2003. He was a father with a young family and had just started a new job. On that November morning, he left his parents' home as usual, but he never arrived at work. Kevin has not been seen since. His disappearance stunned his family, and sadly his grandchildren, born after he vanished, have grown up never meeting him. The family says they remain hopeful and never give up on finding Kevin. Kevin Fasting is a father of four and is described by relatives as a quiet, hard-working man who is devoted to his family. He lived in Aigburth with his parents and supported his wife and four children. According to news reports of the case, Kevin had been under considerable stress. In a note he left for his children when he disappeared, he apologised and called himself the worst father in the world. This has led to the belief that he was deeply distressed. His relatives have since said that he struggled with depression and had moved back in with his parents in the weeks before he went missing. Kevin had also reportedly attempted to take his own life not long before the disappearance, a detail that is mentioned in family accounts and one that could explain what eventually happened to him, although we will discuss more about the theories later on. Just a week earlier, Kevin had started a new job delivering Meals on Wheels in nearby Bootle. On the morning he disappeared, he left his home to catch the bus to work and was dressed in smart clothes carrying a small amount of cash. This was the last time anyone saw him alive. That Friday morning, on the 21st of November 2003, Kevin left his parents' house on Aigburth Road as usual for work. He was seen shortly thereafter by a neighbour at a bus stop near Aigburth Vale. Some reports state that the neighbour offered Kevin a lift, but Kevin declined. After that sighting, Kevin never reached his job in Bootle and made no further contact with family or friends. He took no bags or luggage, and his wallet and car were left behind, so the bus stop near Aigburth Vale was the last known location in his routine morning route. The only clue the family found was a written note from Kevin apologising for leaving and suggesting his family would be better off without him. That note, apparently addressed to his children, remains the sole physical evidence of what Kevin did next. Even today, investigators have no sighting of Kevin beyond that morning and no explanation for his disappearance. Merseyside Police treated Kevin's case as a missing person inquiry from the outset. Officers searched the immediate area, interviewed neighbours and colleagues, and publicised his disappearance. Over the years, the police have followed every lead, including checking hospitals and coroner records, but have made no arrests or identification of any suspect. No trace of Kevin has ever been found, no reports of him being seen out of area or any use of his bank account. The investigation remains open, but no new information has come to light. Officials continue to encourage anyone with information to come forward. The case appears as one of the many long-term missing person cases that police keep under review, but without any new clues, it has remained unresolved for decades. Kevin's family has worked tirelessly to keep his story alive. Soon after his disappearance, his son Kevin Jr. and other relatives gave interviews to the media and put up missing person posters. On the 12th anniversary of his disappearance, Kevin's granddaughter Sienna appears on Granada Reports on ITV News to make a public appeal. In that broadcast, she tearfully told viewers that she had never met her granddad and asked him to watch her video message. Kevin Jr. explained that the family still keeps Kevin's memory alive and desperately hopes for answers. The ITV report captioned his disappearance as "long before Sienna was born," underlining how much time had passed. Social media and missing persons organisations like Missing People in the UK have also marked anniversaries of Kevin's case, sharing his photo and urging the public to share any information. Through these repeated appeals, Kevin's loved ones continue to plead for anyone with knowledge of that day to speak up. Daughter Becky, who was 14 at the time of his disappearance, started a Facebook page called Find Kevin Fasting, which had a fair amount of activity for a while, and the family has appealed for information regularly, with son Kevin publicly stating that he believes that his father may be sleeping rough, too embarrassed to come home after the extended absence. So far, there is no confirmed explanation for Kevin's disappearance. The facts have given rise to a few broad possibilities. One theory is that Kevin's note reflects a decision to end his own life. In fact, the Missing podcast chose Kevin's case to tackle the issue of suicide. The note's wording and Kevin's reported recent attempt suggest he may have been suicidal. However, investigators found no body or likely suicide site, and he had told family he was going to work as usual, which makes this theory inconclusive. Another idea is accidental misadventure. Some have wondered if Kevin might have had a traffic accident or fallen ill on the bus after leaving the stop. But yet again, no evidence like an unidentified body or accident report has ever surfaced. The theory held by Kevin Jr. seems like a less and less likely possibility as time passes by, with no sightings and no contact. However, it still remains an entirely plausible scenario. Kevin may still be out there living a quiet and secluded life, or living rough on the streets, although the age he would now be also makes this theory slightly more unlikely. It is also possible that he was a victim of foul play, for example, a chance crime, but again there are no clues or suspects. Online discussions of the case include speculation ranging from Kevin simply walking away to escape his pressures, to sinister theories about a violent encounter. The Missing People charity notes that the only clue in Kevin's case is the note left for his children, and beyond that, everything is conjecture. Without concrete evidence, all such theories remain unverified. Investigators have not confirmed any scenario, and none of the rumours spread on forums or social media are backed by official information. Kevin's disappearance remains shrouded in mystery. Key questions have never been answered. Why did he write that note and then disappear? Was it a note suggesting he planned to take his own life? Or could it have been Kevin saying goodbye on his way to start anew? If something happened to him, such as him taking his own life, or an accident, or foul play, why was there no trace of him found? Did he take any valuables or identification with him? We know he didn't take his passport and that he hasn't used his bank account. But could he have had anything else with him that may indicate that he was looking to start a new life somewhere else? Even after nearly 2 decades, not knowing what happened is deeply painful for his family. The uncertainty has left them with a hole in their lives. They continue to wonder every day where Kevin could be and why he never came home. Kevin's case remains an open missing person appeal. Authorities and charities are still seeking information that could solve the mystery. If you know anything about Kevin Fasting or the day he disappeared, please come forward. You can call Merseyside Police on 101 or 999 in an emergency to report any tip. You can also contact the charity Missing People, which lists Kevin's appeal on its website. They offer a confidential helpline, free phone 116 000, for callers who may have information. On Missing People's site, there is a reporter sighting form and a poster to download, as well as numerous other missing person appeals. Visit missingpeople.org.uk. Even the smallest piece of information could help. After so many years, investigators say that any new detail might finally move the case forward. Now, nearly 22 years later, Kevin Fasting's family still holds on to hope. Each anniversary, they remember the loving husband and father who went missing. With son Kevin keeping his name alive for his grandchildren, they would no doubt love to finally meet the man that they've been hearing so much about since they were little. Like every family left in limbo, not knowing what happened, they deserve answers, or at the very least, closure. Until then, they carry on the search, hoping someone will finally tell them the truth about what happened that November morning. Kevin, if you see this, just know it's never too late to reconnect with your loved ones. If you're out there, reach out to someone and just let them know you're okay. There are many people who love you. As always, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and remember, every missing person deserves to be found. Like, comment, and subscribe to see more new and cold missing persons cases from the UK.